Hi there folks, Gavin Critchley here. Today what we're going to be doing is looking at the Aoocci C6 Pro. It's a tablet device, a little similar to some of the other tablet devices that are on the market. It's not specifically designed for a BMW. The use case kind of means that it can fit on a lot of motorbikes and scooters, but you can also put it in a car or a truck or a public service vehicle. The unique use case for this is that it has integration through to cameras, front and rear cameras, with all of the kind of dash cam functionality that you get from like a Next-based dash cam. It also has GPS, and as well it's got CarPlay. So if you've got Apple CarPlay or the Android equivalent, then it can plug into that pretty quickly so that you can get music, phone, podcast kind of functionality, everything that you get with CarPlay, as well as this kind of front and rear recording of images via cameras that it comes with onto an SD card. This would work with any other motorbike or scooter. One thing that I did forget is that it's got tyre pressure monitors as well. I used to have this Africa Twin, which was absolutely bomb-proof, but it didn't have any kind of sexy electronics. And one thing it was missing was sat-nav. It also didn't have TPMS, tyre pressure monitoring, and I know that I got a flat coming through Spain and I had to fix that kind of on the fly. And then the front and rear camera things isn't something that I'd ever thought of, but I'm sure if you're a courier or something like that, that might be really useful. Right, so let's go and take a look at it. What I'm going to do is unbox it and then kind of bench test it and then come and put it on the bike, and we'll see what it looks like on the bike. Okay, so now that I've unpacked it, let's take a look. It's 18 centimeters side to side, 9 centimeters top to bottom. The actual size of the screen is 15 centimeters diagonally. There's some wires coming out of the back of it. Front camera, a rear camera, controller, front camera, and then there's this power supply which ends in a regular USB. So if you've got a USB on your bike, then you can plug it in. Don't worry though, because there is a separate controller as well. In the instructions it says power from the USB is kind of unstable, and it kind of subtly recommends that you use the 12-volt power supply. This is made out of pretty solid plastic. I think it's ABS, which is the same stuff that Lego bricks are made out of. Those at the bottom, doesn't say in the instructions, but I guess that behind that is where your SD card will go. It actually comes with an SD card. 64 gig SD card, but the data sheet that I got says that it can support up to 256 gigabytes. It's got a microphone slot in the bottom. I did wonder what these were at the top, and then I realised that it came with this, which is a nice, again, that's pretty tough, sun visor, which will go across on the top of that. I'm sure that there's some screws in there somewhere. Next up is the wired controller. And again, you can see how all this would plug together. It's got a button for phone, a button for video, and a button for looping the cameras, I think. We'll see what that comes with. At the back, it's got a mount, and what I was pleased to see is that it comes with a whole box of mounts, and I'll show you those in a second. You could have fun and games just looking after that. Next up are some Bluetooth-enabled valve caps, rear R and F. Then we've got a pair of cameras. These are metal housed. They're quite robust, okay, so you can see how all this starts to fit together, so those plugs kind of thing. Then what comes up is a pair of extension cables, so that you can put your cameras wherever you want, because obviously the leads on that aren't going to get you very far. I unwrapped these and measured them. These are 2.5 meters. So obviously one's going to go in the front, one's going to go on the back, and you're going to end up with a load of spare cable that you're going to have to kind of coil up somewhere. Then what you've got is this power supply. I measured it, it's 2 meters long. So you know, you could put this on a car if you wanted, or because it's long enough to go in a car. See the power there. It's fused as well, waterproof power box. Then you've got no end of mounting hardware. I know how much this costs, you know, and if you just go and buy this stuff separately somewhere, it costs a fortune. More mounting. These are, I think, specifically for the cameras. They've got kind of little recesses there specifically for the cameras. And then there's more kind of camera mounting points. I think what I'll do when I put it on the bike tomorrow is just kind of zip wire it all in just to see what it is, rather than put a permanent installation on it. I think that's it. What I might do is just kind of wire it all up and just plug it into a battery pack just to see how it fires up. As you can see, that's where the SD card goes. It comes with an SD card, and also interestingly, there's a USB. Okay, so this is the bench test. There's the device. It's all wired up. I've got the 2 cameras just mounted there. I've got the wired controller there. There's my power pack that I'm going to plug it into. And there's the USB port. Looks a mess, but it should all work. So I'm just going to briefly pause and then plug it in, and we'll see what happens. So I've just plugged it in. Comes up with a home screen. I think you can change the home screen so you can put your bike on there. It's got a speaker in it, which is kind of quite nice. And this is the device home screen. So I paired my phone already. That's Blue Peter style, isn't it? So this is if you know what CarPlay is, or there's the Android equivalent, basically all that you're doing is you're extending your phone screen onto this remote device, and it's the same for the CarPlay devices as well. So these are all the icons, all the CarPlay enabled icons that are on my phone. That's the home screen for the device. Okay, so if I pan across this, this is all my kind of home screen on my phone. And then if I go one more, front tyre is low, and it will come up and say back tyre is low as well. And that's because obviously they're the 2 tyre caps, the Bluetooth enabled tyre caps that aren't paired because they're not on the bike. Right, there's the home there. And what it's doing is it's jumping into the camera mode there. These icons along the bottom are self-explanatory. You can record, you've got a snapshot, you can lock it. That's for sound. Don't know what that does. That's for settings where you can go in and see if you want to add on GPS coordinates, if you want to add on speed, if you want to change the file size, that kind of thing. So using this wired controller now, I think I can cycle between. Perhaps this is one of the things that you would I think that one there will, so that's split screen, so you can see what's in front of you and what's in behind. And just a reminder, there's the cameras there. Okay, so this is the way that I've got it set up on my BMW R1250 GSA, okay? And this isn't a permanent fixture. This is purely just to kind of demo it. So there's the TFT. I'd normally have another device there. And there's this Aoocci screen down there. That's normally where I would have a GoPro camera. Basically, what you're doing is following the yellow zip ties. So I put the remote wired controller there, rear camera, and then the wire cabling I've just kind of strapped to the outside. Of course, if you're going to put this on your bike, you'd probably just run it all through internally. So this is what the output looks like. You end up with pairs of files on the device. I think it's looped at about 2 minutes. You can extract those files by either taking out the SD card and loading it up onto a laptop, or there is an app that you can download, which with a bit of a faff, you can end up transferring them from the device onto your phone, and basically that's what I did. It watermarks the speed and the elevation. I think these are good quality, useful. Okay, so that's the Aoocci C6 Pro. Interesting device. I can see how it would work in a number of use cases. So if you've not got kind of a bike like mine, which has got a number of those tablets that are coming in and fitting directly into the cradle, it gives you not only the camera integration, it's got CarPlay and it's got kind of Android Connect or whatever the Android equivalent is. It's got the TPMS kind of Bluetooth valves. That's really useful, good safety feature. It's got the integration to the cameras. What you don't get, because you've not got kind of the CAN bus, the link into the CAN bus, is any of the bike telemetry. But if you're riding an older generation bike, you're not going to get that anyway. So the cabling, you'd have to hide away the cabling if you're putting it on a bike. But then again, you know, I was just thinking as I was riding along, this would be really useful in the car. So I've got an old Honda CR-V that I've put one of those, another one of those tablet devices in, basically just so that I can get listen to podcasts and to music via Bluetooth. But what I'm actually thinking now is taking that Aoocci device and putting it in the Honda, because I really like that you've got front and rear cameras. That's useful. I mean, some of the things you see on the roads, I mean, as bike riders, you'll know some of the things that you see on the roads. Right, so really useful. Now, if you want to get one of these, here comes the sale. There's a link down below, which you can pick up a cheap one. And if you put my code into it, which is Starman, STARMAN, if you put Starman in, then you'll get a discount as well. Yeah, good. Right, see you next time for whatever else turns up in the post. See you soon. Bye.